category is Planet of the Capes. Nice. You're safe. You may join the other girls.
What's up, everybody? It's me again, and it's time to lean in. Okay, we have another episode of RuPaul's Drag Race, episode 5, and let's get into some things. Let's talk about what happened. This episode was very explosive, not because of the runways or the challenge, but because of Untucked. You know, it takes a while for the girls to get messy and untucked, and finally in this episode, we see the girls go at it. Okay, so we'll talk about that a little later. So, of course, this is the overacting challenge. RuPaul has these every year. So, basically, it's an acting challenge where the girls are supposed to overact. Pretty simple. This one was Grey's Anatomy. So, it was like a hospital spin-off of Grey's Anatomy, of course. And I liked the concept. It was cool. The girls had to pick their roles. Of course, this is always where things get messy because you always have girls that want particular roles and girls that don't get those roles. And that happened this time. 2 people that were very salty. The roles that they received actually really did really well in the challenge. And those 2 people were Aiden and Widow. So we'll talk about them specifically during the challenge. But those were the 2 that were salty and having an issue and blah, blah, blah. But luckily they were able to overcome and they were able to push forward and get through the challenge. They didn't let it break them. In this challenge, of all acting challenges that I've seen in a while, no one did bad. Like, no one sucked. No one was just terrible. I think everyone either did this, they all stayed at one level, and there were a few that were higher. The people that stood out to me was Widow, Aiden Zhane, Sherry Pie, Jan, Jackie, and Dahlia, honey, with that broccoli head coming up out of there. When Dahlia came out in that scene, RuPaul fell out. I don't know if y'all listen or watch it, but that laugh, you know, that was very clever. I like that they brought her back for a little moment, honey, because she was the first one out. Too bad nobody will be thinking about broccoli still. Nobody likes broccoli. But in reference to the acting challenge, like, those were the girls I thought that stood out. Everybody else did okay. Jada, you know, she did okay. She stumbled a little bit. She was very dry. You can tell she didn't know her lines. Everyone was kind of saying, you know, Gigi and Brita and all of them. Like I said, everybody did okay. Nobody did bad. But those girls that I mentioned before, they stood out, and that is why I think it went the way it went. The winner was Sherry Pie. Sherry Pie deserved that. I mean, she slayed. Like, her role was actually the only role that made me laugh. The rest of it, I just had a straight face, to be honest. But kudos to Sherry Pie. You know, it's very clear that she's a front runner in this competition. It sucks that we're not going to be able to see a lot of her because they're editing her out, you know, mainly in confessionals. But she's very talented, and you can tell she had a lot of money backing her by her outfits, her costumes, and she's just talented. So, you know, congratulations to Sherry. This week's runway is Planet of the Capes. As you saw my cape earlier, I am safe. But let's talk about the tops and bottoms of the week. Jaya Essence Hall, she gave me life, she gave me shoulders, she gave me cape. I loved it. Brita, I'm sorry, Brita. It didn't get pedestrian like Michelle Facade said, but it gave, I just wasn't feeling it. Your cape was thin, it was see-through, it was very like, if this is going to be a cape, it needs to be dragged out. And unfortunately, Brita, you gave me a very simple and light and frail cape. So, boo. Jackie Cox gave me life. Not only did she come out, you know, dipping into her Persian roots, but she had this little dippity walk, and it was everything. Like, it was a whole concept, it was a whole moment. She came out, and when she opened those arms, it was everything. Kudos, Jackie Cox, 2, honey, 2. Jan, hate me, love me, I don't know. At this moment, I really don't care. Jan gets a boot, a big fat boot. Only because I didn't really like the concept. When she came out, her commentary was talking about skydiving. I didn't see skydiving. I mean, I saw glasses, but everything else was just net and like this. Boo, I didn't like it. Sorry, Jan, not this week. Gigi good. I'll give Gigi a 2 this week. Although I am tired of that same silhouette, and I am kind of tired of the constant makeup that she wears. I think she is great, and she turns looks, in a sense. But I'm never really excited to see her because I know that everything else outside of her looks kind of falls flat, in my opinion. So I'll give her a 2 this time. Sherry Pie. Y'all can say what y'all want to say. Sherry Pie got a 2. I love the spin on Elvis. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee, so it was good to see that Elvis mentioned. And the whole concept was it was nice. Now, some people didn't like it. I didn't love the whole outfit, but I like what she went for, and she turned it out. It wasn't just, a look and a cape. It was a whole concept. It was a moment. So Sherry Pie got a 2. Crystal Method. I loved her look, her cape, and the material and the color. Like, it was just so dragged out, and it was the external side was yellow and internally it was purple. Like, it was beautiful. She was giving me this whole Cher hippie moment. Loved it. Toot. Heidi in Closet. Ooh, Heidi. That look was not it. It was not it. The hair, the makeup, the whole thing just was not it. Boo. Boo. Aiden Zhane, I hate to give you this because the girls were really coming for you, but you came out with the same pussycat wig. We have seen it 8 times now, I believe, and it is only episode 5. So, boo. You almost had a 2, girl, but that wig, you lost me. Boo, boo, boo. Widow Bundu, I like what you were going for, but there were just so many colors, I couldn't really focus. I did, I saw the butterfly red. Not butterfly, was it watermelon? See, that's how you know I messed up. That's how you know it was wrong. I almost got, butterfly. But anyway, boo. Sorry, Widow. Finally, Nikki Doll. I loved her look. She was beautiful. Her hair, the outfit. Unfortunately, she didn't really have a cape. It was very small and it was very frail. I think maybe she should have kept her initial cape on. But because she was so done, and although her cape was not dragged out like the others, I'll still give her a slight 2. Now, on the runway, RuPaul always does this. Who do you think should go home? She does it usually within the first 5 episodes. Well, honey, she did it this episode, and, it caused drama. RuPaul knows exactly what to do and when to do it, because at some point, you get tired of seeing all this sisterhood, honey. Not saying we want to see them fight, but at the same time, it's a race. It's a competition. You ain't all buddy, good. So in this episode, basically the 2 girls that were singled out was Heidi, because of her look on the runway, and Nikki Doll because of her acting and her personality. Now, what blew me was that Nikki Doll said herself, like, I don't care how honest you are, this is a competition. You should never throw yourself under the bus. Even when she said that, RuPaul looked at her like, okay, like, who else outside of yourself? I'm like, Nikki Doll, no, girl. Obviously, you are probably the weakest in this moment, in this challenge. Yeah, sure. But don't say yourself, just say Heidi. Like, no. Heidi, I love you, girl, but your look, the whole look was just wrong. Everything was wrong about that look. Everything. So she deserved it. Those 2 actually end up to be in the bottom. And in lip sync, of course, this is Nikki's 2nd time lip syncing. Heidi, pretty much slays her. Now, she performs the song. It's not really a high energy song. So, but still, Heidi did well. She fought, and, it was good to see her stay. I think that she deserved it. I would have loved to see Nikki stay, but unfortunately, Nikki, she just couldn't get it together. So she's gone now. RuPaul looked really good. I know I've been saying this a lot in my reviews, but RuPaul has been looking thebomb.com. Mother has been slaying all season. And I'm just glad to see that when she comes out, she has a nice presence and looks beat, because it's just crazy how she has, Raja, and I forgot the other person that does her hair and makeup too with her whole team. But she has this team that does drag, and sometimes her outfits be a hit or a miss, and they should always be a hit. Thus far, there has not been anything that has been a miss this season. Normani, to be honest, like after coming from Leslie and Nikki, like Normani girl, she had the least energy. I mean, she was just there, you know. And this is why I was so happy to see Leslie, because Leslie was invested. You can tell she was excited. Normani was boring. Her commentary was boring. She's not even a comedian. I get that, but she was just boring. Like, I don't even think they had her come to the back and talk to them. Like, why would they? I mean, it's Normani. But this is not about her. This is not Normani's drag race. So we'll move on. Sorry, Normani. Cool. Whatever. Blah blah. The best part of the episode, Untucked. It went down. So of course Aiden was safe, and she's obviously shocked that she's safe herself. Now, mind you, last week she should have actually kind of been in the bottom, and the girls were upset about that already. And you got to remember that this show, it's not on a week by week basis; it's actually daily. So what you see is, when they say last week, is actually the day before. So with that being said, they come into the room and Aiden is there, blah, blah, blah. The other girls who had to, the bottom girls are the girls who had to basically give a name to who should go home. They finally joined the girls that were safe, that were in the top. And Brita is upset. You know, Brita's upset. Obviously, she's mad from last week because she almost went home. And she basically singles out Aiden. Now, I could see if anyone else had done this, I would be like, okay. But Brita is bitter. And obviously, Brita has an ego. She thinks that this is New York's drag race because her ego is up here. She feels like her reputation in New York should carry her through the competition. And that's not true, because honestly, Brita, you're not really doing that well at all. Like, she mentioned in her, you know, in her confession that she was turning looks and slaying.
I'm just shook that I'm in the bottom again. When I am serving you looks every single time.
I'm serving you looks every single time.
Brita, you haven't turned out one look. I'm sorry. You just been there. And yeah, I didn't like that. You know, and Brita, I don't dislike her as a person, but in this competition, she's making herself look very much like a villain. Now, yes, you're upset at Aiden, but like Heidi said, she's safe. Like, there's nothing you can do. Be mad at her, you know. And I kind of sided with Aiden because everyone was coming for Aiden. You know, I get that's her storyline. And honestly, that's probably why Aiden was still there, because you got to think about it. This show, it's a competition, but it's also a TV show. So they need ratings. They need they need storylines. Aiden has that. She's the girl that everyone thinks should not be there. And yeah, so Heidi has a moment, you know, she's like, stop it. You know, it really reminded me of last season when, what's her name? When Raja was about to lip sync for her life. She knew it, and she was upset that the girls were arguing. So same thing, except for Heidi's likable, unlike Raja, you know, in that sense. And, she basically had a moment. She was like, you know, just stop attacking her. Like, stop attacking Aiden. And I agree. Like, she's safe. Leave her alone. I'm the one that got a lip sync. Why are y'all bothering this girl? Like, leave her alone. She's safe. Obviously, the judges liked something about her. And honestly, I thought Aiden did okay. I thought she was in the top of the scenes. And when I say top, it's because she made RuPaul laugh. At the end of the day, you can say what you want to say. When you make RuPaul laugh, you have won. You have won him over. And in this challenge, she won him over. Period. The other girls, like Jada and Nikki Doll, I think they just got involved just because. Like, Nikki Doll mentioning that, you know, Aiden was taking a nap and stuff like that, and why she had to work harder. Like, at the end of the day, these girls need to worry about their competition and their game. They don't need to be sitting here, you know, getting mad at somebody because they took a nap. Like, let them take a nap. If that's what's going to get them out, then they get out. But at the end of the day, this is their race and this is your race. Worry about yourself, do your best, and you won't be mad. You won't be upset, and you won't end up in the bottom, Brita. So basically, it ends with Brita saying she's ready to play this game now. I'm like, Brita, like, and that's what annoys me. The girls should never wait until something like this happens to say, oh, it's about being next. It's not about being friends and it's a race now. No, girl, it was a race when you got there. You should have had that mentality. You shouldn't take for this to happen. So, Brita, girl, like, I'm over Brita in the competition. She already does not amuse me in the challenges or on the runway. So, with that being said, when it's time to go, because it will be soon, I can't wait. Now, as far as Aiden, girl, you probably should step it up a little bit. I think Aiden's personality is just very nonchalant. She doesn't really care about a lot, to be honest, and that the girls don't like that. And yeah, that's just what it is. So, I want to thank y'all for leaning in. I'm about to lean out and go back into quarantine because y'all know it ain't safe out there. So until next week, we got Snatch Game coming up. I'm excited for Snatch Game. Miss Vanjie's back. I'm excited to see her. And next week is going to be a key. And next week is going to be a real challenge and a real test. Because Snatch Game, you know, that makes or breaks the girls. You know, typically the winner of Snatch Game usually makes it to the top. So I'm excited to see what happens, who the girls pick. I've heard rumors, but I don't want to speak on those. As far as my predictions, I think in Snatch Game, I really feel like Sherry Pie is going to slay. Now, I don't know if she's going to win because I don't see her winning back to back. I mean, it's possible, but I think she's going to be one of the ones to slay in Snatch Game. So we'll see. Until next week, I want to make sure that y'all like, subscribe, comment, and share. Make me go viral in this time of quarantine. And until next week, I'll see y'all later. Bye.